Hey, what's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to Get Hit with the Truth. So today we're doing the preview for the November 5th DAZN card that is going to be headlined by the Bivol versus Gilberto Ramirez light heavyweight title fight. Big time fight right there. We're going to get into the undercard a little bit. You know, there's some decent names that are staying busy on the undercard. I think it's Kyle Yafai, Campbell Hatton are on the undercard, but some of the other fights that are there, I think the co-feature is Cameron against McCaskill for the super lightweight women's undisputed title. I'm not into women's boxing too much, but that's a pretty, that's a big deal when two are fighting for the undisputed title. And then the big fight on the undercard that I can't wait to see is for the vacant IBF title at 130, as it's going to see Shavkat Rakhimov, the undefeated former world title challenger, as he battles Zelfa Barrett, they're the two top mandatory contenders. Rakhimov was supposed to fight Joe Cordina on this card, but Cordina had to pull out with an injury, and the IBF decided to strip him of his title. And Zelfa Barrett felt there was enough time for him to step in and take the fight. And now these two guys are going to collide. You got the 16-0-1 Rakhimov against, with 13 knockouts, as he battles Zelfa Barrett, who's 28-1. His lone defeat coming in 2018 by a majority decision against a little-known guy named Ronnie Clark. He's been unbeaten since. That's the only blemish on his resume. Interesting matchup right here. I'm giving the edge to Rakhimov. I'm picking him to win the fight. I just think he's too much of a bully in there. Rakhimov can really get in there and mix it up and goes after his opponents. Last February, he had the biggest fight of his career when he challenged for the vacant IBF title against Joseph Diaz, who had come in overweight and was stripped of the belt. And then he went out there and boxed great. And it was a good, hard-fought, back-and-forth battle, but it ended up being a draw in a fight where he had a weight disadvantage and was the underdog, and he fought his ass off. So, Rakhimov, to me, is just going to be too much for Zelfa Barrett. He's the taller of the two fighters. He has an 1.5 inch, height advantage. Zelfa Barrett's a good boxer, and he's going to have to really box the fight of his life and outclass the southpaw Rakhimov. I do think he has a chance to score a points decision, but he's going to also have to keep Rakhimov off of him, and I think Rakhimov can do both. He's a boxer-puncher. He's smart, and he's aggressive. I think he's going to go out there and get his first world title, but I would not be surprised if Zelfa Barrett pulled this one out and walked away your new IBF champion either. So a pretty good matchup right there. The vacant IBF title at 130 pounds. Right now we have 3 vacant titles at 130, so this is going to clear one of them up, and that's a good thing. Now, the main event, Bivol versus Gilberto Ramirez for the WBA light heavyweight championship of the world. This is a mandatory fight. If you guys want this in more detail, go back and look at my Bivol and Ramirez breakdown video that I did a couple weeks back. I got quite a bit of views on it, so that one's about 20 minutes long, between 15 and 20 minutes long, those breakdown videos, and I really get in depth into a lot more detail. But this one, I'm going to give my prediction. I'm going to predict what I think is going to happen. I think it's going to be a good fight. I do. I just think Bivol is too technically sound for Ramirez. Ramirez is a good fighter. He's a big guy, and he hits hard. But I think he's a good boxer-puncher, is Ramirez, that I've seen from him over the years. And I don't think he's ever been in a ring with somebody as good as Bivol. I really don't. This is, I think he's out of his, he's going to really get a big clash in terms of experience and talent that he's fighting here. And I think Dimitri Bivol, coming off the win over Canelo, is primed and ready, and I think he's going to go out there and I think he's going to outbox Gilberto Ramirez and score a unanimous decision. I do think Ramirez is a live underdog. I do, you know, he's a former champ at 168. He's undefeated still. He's hungry. He wanted this fight. So, you know, I definitely think he's a live underdog. I just don't think he's got enough to beat Bivol. But it could happen. I wouldn't be surprised if he pulled out the win. But I think Bivol is one of those guys that is just locked and loaded. And to be honest, he doesn't even care how he wins fights, like in terms of if it's pretty or not. He just goes out there and he just wins, and he grinds, and he wins, and he grinds, and he wins. So that's it. That's what I got. Again, I'm going with I'm not making a prediction on the women's undisputed title fight because I don't really follow that, but I am gonna say Rakhimov. I am gonna say Rakhimov over Zelfa Barrett by a late stoppage. And then I'm going with my man. I'm going with Dimitri Bivol over Gilberto Ramirez by a unanimous decision, as he will retain the light heavyweight title at 175 pounds. So that's what I got. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.